Hey guys, JB here from Alpha Wolf Consulting, coming to you today with the next episode in the Alpha Wolf sales and marketing and branding and business strategy sessions. However you want to say it, I'll find a simpler way to say it in the future, but what we're going to do is today's session, we're looking at advanced optimize or not optimization, but we're looking at advanced refinement on the sales funnels. And then also going to be looking at creating content. So creating for me more quotes. So I'm going to show you a process where I'm going to make 10 or 15 quotes and sort of show you how simple and easy it is so you can stop fucking reusing just shit from other people. Do you sort of get it and actually do something for yourself, not be a lazy bastard? Do you sort of get it? So to understand the creation of content, it's what's the purpose of it? Do you sort of get it? So I'm not going out there and looking, Jesus. Every time, every time I start recording, it's like a conditioned behavior now that I feel tired. But basically, we're not going out there and we're not looking at what other people do and trying to replicate it like a poser. What we're looking at is we're looking at our marketing. We're looking at our sales and what are we trying to accomplish? Does this sort of make sense? And so, like, for example, I've got two of my main products, revolutionizing your revenue and reprogramming your mind program. So these two programs are the two programs that I promote heavily because they're two of the most idyllic programs that I do, or they're what I do. Do you sort of get it? This is the personal individual, this is the business. So we're taking the same, or not the same process, but basically a small portion of this is the reprogramming your mind program. Do you sort of get it? And then adding in additional things like offer creation and things like that. Whereas in the reprogramming your mind program, like we can still do that. Do you sort of get it? Because I got the knowledge, so I can do whatever I want. Does that make sense? I'm not beholden to this is the only way. But what we want to do is we want to make some content or make some quotes to bring people to these two funnels. So that's what the quotes are for. The quotes are to be like they build authority, they build presence, but they're also hooks to get people over to the funnel and hooks to get people purchasing in the funnel. Do you sort of get it? So it's like, have you ever wanted to recreate yourself into who you've always known you could be? Like hook. Do you sort of get it? There are three aspects to truly manifesting all you've ever dreamed of in this life. Hook. Do you sort of get it? So it's building the authority because I'm stating here the process. So basically, if you would like to know how to manifest, it's a three-step process. My thoughts shape reality. Okay. Without visualization and my thoughts, I cannot create what I dream of in this life. My belief, my heart, my feelings, my emotions magnetize, draw in what I seek in this life. So, should I think about the person who I want to marry and who I want to fall in love with, and I believe and I feel it, I will attract that person to me. And through the action of meeting people and interacting with people, I now create the manifestation into reality because I'm broadcasting certain thoughts and frequencies of thoughts, and I'm broadcasting emotional states or energetic feelings. So when I meet the right person who's aligned energetically to me, and I can go to the nth degree on this, but when I meet the right person who's aligned energetically to me, it just clicks. Do you sort of get it? Have you ever noticed that when you're out looking for people and you just meet someone and you just click with them? That is an energetic, like alignment, a frequency, like frequency resonancy. How would you say that? Resonant frequency. So the two frequencies align into harmony, not disharmony. Have you ever been around people and it just feels off and it feels awkward and it feels like it's just not right? That's because you're two different frequencies trying to oscillate together and it doesn't happen because there's a lot more clashes or friction between the push and the pull energy. When you have like resonant frequency or alignment, what happens is the push and the pull move together and it becomes seamless. Have you ever noticed that? How sometimes you can be around people and it's just seamless? And then other times you're around people like they put their can of their drink down and it annoys you. They pick their nose and it annoys you. They make all these stupid noises and it annoys you. Like, do you sort of get it? And then other people you're with, you're just in harmony because they don't do those things that annoy you. Do you sort of get it? So just realize like when I'm trying to manifest in life, I'm trying to align to what I want so that I'm in flow with it. Do you sort of get it? So that I'm not creating chaos through my actions of trying to be aligned with it, but not actually aligning with it. So there you go. $100 million I've just given you. All your wildest dreams will come true. If you understand this, do you sort of get it? So it's just in understanding this that it is in who I become creates the manifestation. My thoughts shape the reality. My feelings and emotions draw that reality to me and sort of fill it out. My decisions to take actions, consistent actions, create that reality. If I want a sandwich and I never get up to make a sandwich, I will never have a sandwich. Potentially, I can manifest someone to walk past and give me a sandwich, but that's not real manifestation. Real manifestation is seeing something that I want, believing I can have it, and then going out and getting it. So, like, let's say I was 400 kilos overweight and I was unhealthy and obese and all of this. I see and envision the person who I want to be, i.e., my dream self, my dream body, my dreams in life, and I focus in on that. And I believe that should I take the actions of diet and exercise, I can achieve that. And then by consistently taking those actions, I have manifested my dream body, my dream self. Trust me, I've done this many times. Do you sort of get it? I've done it in love, I've done it in work and career, I've manifested ideal clients. Like, do you sort of get it? Like in sales, I didn't try to be good in sales, I just tried to be lucky. Do you sort of get it? I manifested people giving me breaks. I manifested, you know, the loves of my life. But the problem was, like, in all truth, it was always illusions. It's why I sort of don't bother too much about it now and I just do the work without caring if I succeed or if I don't. Because the downside is like, especially like if you're trying to manifest an ideal partner, like a lot of people are fucking full of shit. Do you sort of get it? Does it make sense? A lot of people will tell you what they want to hear to get something out of you. So just realize that in life, it's a two-way street. It's not about just what I want, it's about what the other person wants. Do you sort of get it? So I can manifest the people I dream of in life and nothing will happen because they won't be in alignment with me. Do you sort of get it? So it's sort of like this idea that it's not about sort of the control aspect of it. Because if I'm trying to control and say, I want this person, I want this experience, I want this event, and then I'm trying to forcibly change other people or force other people to get it, like, do you sort of get it? So we just understand we let go to it because it's irrelevant. Like, if love exists, if it doesn't exist, I don't really care. Does that make sense? Because it's irrelevant. If I love myself, it doesn't really matter if anyone else ever loves me in life. I love me. Do you sort of get it? So it's one of these things that the more advanced you become in spiritual understanding and understanding like spirituality, personal development, all of that, you sort of let go to the need of others, to the thing. And it's a really hard thing because it's like, for example, in my business, I want to work with people and have clients, but I don't really give a fuck if I work with people. Do you sort of get it? Like, if I just do it alone, I'm happy. Do you sort of get it? If I try and work with other people, well, now I got all the bullshit of the shit that other people hold. Do you sort of get it? I gotta fucking contend with all the bullshit, all the excuses, all the limitations, all of that. It's sort of like, so like, that's the important thing to realize, like, don't create your ideal dream life as needing or being beholden to other people to be what it is. Do you sort of get it? I've created like everything that I've dreamed of in business. If other people see the value, if other people don't, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't change what has been created. Do you sort of get it? But if I'm saying for me to have my dream life or my dream career, I have to have other people validate it and validate me. Like, do you sort of get it? Now I'm focused on the external results of, not what is the action of. Does this make sense? So it's like, if I'm worried about or focused on the external validation of, i.e., people, you know, having people like me, having people love me, having this, having that, like having partnerships, having employees, having this, having that, like it's all the bullshit. If I do the work and I create what I want to create, and I promote what I want to promote, and I talk about what I want to talk about, if other people come, if they don't, like it doesn't change the fact that I am doing and living exactly what I want. Does that make sense? It's very important to understand this because this is the way that it works in life. So if I'm trying to manifest other people, now I have to contend with all the bullshit of other people. Do you sort of get it? I let go to that a long time ago. So it's sort of like it doesn't really matter if, for example, I have clients or I don't have clients. Every day I'm still going to do the work because the work is what I love. The work is my dream in life. Do you sort of get it? It doesn't matter if other people like see the value because that's catch 22. If I need other people to see the value for me to value the work that I do, what do I value? It's not the work. Do you sort of get it? I value the perception others hold of the work. So just realize that if you don't want to be a little egotistical bitch, like let go to the need for other people to validate who you are. Because if you're holding on to people validating who you are, like you can tell me that you love doing the work, but if you are unwilling to do the work unless someone pays you, well, evidently you are actually in love with the money, not the work. Do you sort of get it? Now, I'm not saying do the work for free because fuck people. Like, people won't ever value you if you give your products and services away for free, so don't do that. But what I'm saying is your emotional stability and who you are and your self-identity should not change if other people validate you or if they don't. You should always be the same. So, like, if you believe and you love the work that you do every day, it doesn't matter if other people show up or not. Do you sort of get it? If I love cooking, like, and then I open a restaurant and no one shows up every day, fuck it, I'll cook for myself. Do you sort of get it? Like, if I don't love cooking enough to cook for myself and find love in that without the external, like, I love the attention I get from people when I cook for them. Egotistical. Do you sort of get it? Just understand that. Because the majority of people in life love the validation of it. The validation of people giving them money for a product or a service. They don't give a fuck about the product or the service. They just give a fuck about the money. Do you sort of get it? But an important thing to realize is don't seek spiritual enlightenment if you like money. Because once you reach spiritual enlightenment, like I have, you sort of become an entity past material. Do you sort of get it? Like, don't study finance or economics if you love money. Like, once you understand and realize what money is, it all becomes irrelevant. Do you sort of get it? Like, it's very important to understand this. But mine was always knowledge. I love knowledge. Fuck money. I want to understand the mysteries of the universe. I want to understand everything because knowledge gives me the power to control. Not in a forceful way. I can control in a forceful way with knowledge, but knowledge gives me the power to not be enslaved into the beliefs of others. Do you sort of get it? It's very important because, for example, if you think what I offer in this reprogramming your mind course is the same as any other personal development course, like you're sadly fucking wrong, mate. You will never find what I offer in any other personal development course because they don't understand it. Because what they care about is money, not knowledge. Do you sort of get it? They don't care about healing. They just care about like validation, being validated for it. Don't get me wrong, I used to be that way. That's the funny thing. That's why I understand it so much. Because I used to be that way, where I used to seek the validation. I used to seek people validating my knowledge, valuing it. valuing what I created. And the funny thing is that, and it's not to say that people don't, many people do. I constantly get told about how people do, but it's to say that, like, if I'm seeking that, and that's what I'm seeking. So, like, people to validate, like, you've done a good job. Like, it's important to realize, like, that's what I seeked my whole life was validation from others. It's why I don't seek it anymore, because it was so fucking bullshit. Do you sort of get it? So, like, yeah, ever since I was about, oh, pretty much all my life as a kid, like, that's what I've seeked. So, like, I never felt like I was doing a good job unless multiple people told me I was doing a good job. I never felt good about what I was doing unless other people told me how good I was doing or what I was doing was good. Do you sort of get it? Like, I conditioned myself my entire life to go to the military. Does that make sense? In the military, people tell you exactly everything. Move here, do that, don't think. Do you sort of get it? So when I decided that I wasn't going to the military because I didn't want to go and kill people for other people's beliefs, do you sort of get it? Like, I had to let go to that idea that I was waiting to be told by other people what was right, what was wrong, what was good, what was the right thing for me to do. It's a very, very hard thing to break. Like, because you're conditioned, or at least I conditioned myself, to always be seeking someone to tell me what I needed to do, how I needed to do it. And it's like many people struggle with this, especially if you come out of the military, because it's that structure and that order and things like that. Like, I had never gone into the military, but I had, like, it's not hard to condition yourself for the military. It's pretty fucking easy. Do you sort of get it? Like, you just study it and you just create your life around it and revolve your life around it and prepare yourself. But it's just one of those things where without that direction, you become directionless and life sort of becomes more confusing because you don't have that. And that's the thing about 90, 99.99% of people in life. We're all doing that, where we outsource the validation to others. So we outsource the validation to, should I be getting paid for this? I'm doing a good job. Should I be, you know, being commended, being getting accolades for what I do? I am, doing a good job, whatever it may be. So, like, you need to, because it's not just the military, but basically you need to figure out, well, what is the hierarchy for your validation? Who are you seeking validation from? Because if you're not seeking validation from another person or situation or environment or circumstance, however you want to fucking put it, if you're truly someone who is self-validated, then absent of every other individual on this earth, you should be perfectly fine and content by yourself to live your entire life alone. Not to say like a solitary life, but you should be fine to figure life out on your own. Do you sort of get it? You should be fine to, you know, run your career, and it doesn't matter if you like, because apart from survival, Okay. Because this is one of the illusions of life and society is that your career is to earn money so that you can live and survive. But money is an illusion of value, not value. So when I get money, I don't actually get value, but I get the illusion of value because it doesn't cost anything to grow food. It doesn't cost anything to produce oil. It doesn't cost anything to produce electricity. Like you can argue that it does and that the technology and all of that, but at a certain point in time, like it doesn't cost anything to build a power plant. It's just I have to then go out and convince other people who have the cement, who have the wire, who have this, who have that. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, it only costs in time and labor. Do you sort of get it? The time to extract the minerals, the time to manufacture the product. Like you don't build anything with money. Do you sort of get it? Money is a tool to get cooperation and collaboration from others. So it's very important because, like, if I didn't want to pay money for food, well, I can go out and grow my own food. I can go fishing. I can go hunting. Do you sort of get it? Then I don't have to pay for food. But you could then argue I need the equipment for fishing and hunting and agriculture. Well, I could go out and make my own. Do you sort of get it? Like, in essence, life is free. Everything that you need, well, you need shelter. I can build my own house. Do you sort of get it? But it's the false illusion of society that creates this expectation that money is the necessity that creates everything in life. But it doesn't. People create things. People have skills and services. People have this and that. Do you sort of get it? People go out and they get the raw resources and manufacture it into other things. So just realize like this idea or this illusion of like needing money to survive is I need money to buy other people's alignment or their collaboration or cooperation. So the farmer grows the food and he wants to be like rewarded or compensated for the investment of growing the food. Do you sort of get it? So he charges money for his food. Like the factory builds and manufactures the goods and the goods, the consumer goods and all of this, and they want to be remunerated for their service. Do you sort of get it? Like it's very important to understand this concept because in essence, like life is free if I do everything for myself. If I become self-reliant, I do not need money from others. Do you sort of get it? So it's very important to understand this because we're not taking away from money as being a construct of society and a necessary aspect of society because money means I don't have to go out and grow my own food. Money means I don't have to go out and collect my own water. Money means I don't have to build my own house. Money means I don't have to go out there and build my own factory and produce my own goods and services and mine my own resources and minerals and create my own or generate my own power and all of this. So, like, it's really important to understand, like, the utilization of money, but money is not value. Money is not worth. Does this make sense? So, like, in anything that I'm doing, i.e., career or whatever it may be, like, money is not the value of what I do. Money is not the worth of what I do. If I cannot do what I do for free with no one else involved within me, that means I require validation externally. Does that sort of make sense? So it's not to say that we all have to become isolated and islands of man, you know, me, myself, and Irene. But it just means that, like, if I'm unaware of where I place my validation or where I seek my validation from, then that validation seeking will be the like control within my life, the control of my life, the so to speak, the like the rubrics which or the matrix which I make decisions or base decisions out of. Do you sort of get it? So, should I like a lot of material things? I am going to value money higher than anything else because money is how I acquire material things. Should I seek spiritual things? Should I seek a spiritual life, a life of connection? I am going to value connection higher than I would money. Do you sort of get it? So, like, no matter what we do in terms of life, we all have an external, like a matrix to which we validate or seek validation for what we do. Mine is knowledge. Do you sort of get it? I seek knowledge and understanding. So everything I do from a lens of knowledge and understanding. External to that, I don't really care too much. Because if I know how to do something and I understand how to do something, I can just do it. Do you sort of get it? If I know and understand other people, I can just do that. Does this sort of make sense? So it's very important to understand this because, like, when we start to understand these, like, matrices of decision making, that's one thing we could call it. It's just simply, and what is a matrix? Like, many people probably won't understand what a matrix of decision making is, but it's just a hierarchy structure of different variables or different variables that we cross-reference any decision by, and then the value or the hierarchical, if that's how you say it, value of each of those variables. Do you sort of get it? So, like, for example, if I value knowledge and understanding, I'm going to at the highest level. It doesn't mean that I don't value money. It just means money has a less hierarchical value than knowledge and understanding. Do you sort of get it? So, like, it's not that, like, how I value things, like, money isn't a part of it because that would be an illusion of, or a disillusion of reality. So, like, for example, if I believe society doesn't exist, that is a disillusional belief. Does that make sense? Like I'm pretending like an aspect of reality doesn't exist because I don't want it to exist. So think about it like this, and people who think that, for example, there aren't bad people in the world, there aren't evil people in the world. So they just pretend like people don't do bad things. Do you sort of get it? It's disillusional because I'm now skewing the view of reality or the perception of reality to say this isn't a part of reality. Do you sort of get it? Mm. So it's like an easy way to understand this is like take, for example, someone who's never been, let's say someone's lived indoors in a closed-in environment for their entire life, and then you take them out into nature. They will have a preconception that certain aspects, i.e., snakes and spiders, aren't dangerous in nature. Do you sort of get it? Unless they've been predispositioned towards understanding the deadliness of it, they're going to act like a fucking idiot. Take a kid. Do you know what I mean? Like a toddler. You take a toddler out into the wilderness, like they're going to touch shit and not really understand, hey, there could be a poisonous snake or spider under there. Do you sort of get it? Take someone who comes from a country where there aren't any poisonous animals or where there aren't big game or large predators and things like that. Like, do you sort of get it? So, like, for example, coming from Australia, if I went to North America or like Canada or far North America where there's like large bears and things like that and mountain lions and wolves, like we don't have that here. So like I would be moving through the environment or the wilderness with the expectation that there isn't going to be them there. Do you sort of get it? Because they don't exist in my current reality. Do you sort of get it? So, like, if I'm unaware or if I create a disillusion that that doesn't exist, so, like, for example, if I'm highly spiritual and I say money doesn't matter, money is an illusion, but I say that, like, it doesn't exist to me. I don't need money. I don't need this and that. Like, do you sort of get it? So just understand we're not saying that when we say that money is irrelevant. It's that money is not true value. So when I think about it like this and I think about valuing my time as my time should generate X amount of money per hour, my action should generate X amount of money per hour or per action. Like what I'm saying to myself is that any action that does not generate X amount of money is negative. Do you sort of get it? So I create a negative belief around my time, my action, what I'm doing, and the result of money. And that's not how money works, so to speak. Like, it works that way in the fact that if I sit there and say I want 20 bucks an hour, and someone asks me to do something for them, and I say 20 bucks and I'll do it. Do you sort of get it? Like the likelihood someone's going to pay me 20 bucks to do something for them is quite high. If I'm always out there looking to do things for people for money, I'm going to like generate more money on average, okay, than someone who doesn't do that. Because where your focus goes, your energy flows. So if I always focus and focus and focus and focus on money, I will generate and when we say more money on average, okay, we're talking about a sample population of say 100 to 200,000 people. And we're saying on average of those people in their day-to-day life, the ones that are predominantly more focused on generating income with their time will generate more income than those who don't focus on generating income with their time. Do you sort of get it? We're not saying that those who focus on generating income with their time generate more income than the total population, or not the total population, but more income than anyone in the total population, because that's not true. Do you sort of get it? So when we're talking about the population average, we're talking about out of the whole population, the average like higher income generator will be someone who is focused on money. But the sort of skewed or sort of like the non-average in terms of like like the outliers for generating extreme like income for their time don't focus on money. Do you sort of get it? So like if we have a standard bell curve and we have our standard deviation of let's say two deviations from the bell curve, so two increments right, two increments left, out of that population, the majority on the right will be focused more on money generating and income generating than those on the left. Do you sort of get it? But when we're talking about the outliers of the exponential income generators, they don't focus on income generating. Do you sort of get it? They focus on the action, the activity, on mastering what they're doing. Does this make sense? So it's sort of like it's easy for us to say. So if we think about this in terms of business, and let's say you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, if all I'm worried about is making a dollar for every product or service, so you got two shopkeepers or two different stores. One focuses on making money, making a set profit on every product or service sold. Okay, we'll just say product. Every product in that store sold, they have to make a set profit. And let's say that set profit is at, say, 10%. Okay, and then we have the second shop. Okay, and their focus is on the consumer experience. And they're trying to ensure that a consumer has a set experience every time they have an experience in that store. Like, which one generates more money? Well, you would argue in the short term, the one who's focused on the generating the set profit or the set margin per product sold is going to consistently generate more money. But the thing is they're missing out on human psychology and human behavior and sort of laws of nature. Do you sort of get it? So, like, one of the laws of nature is mastery. The more I focus in on the quality of the product or service, the quality of the experience, the better I get at it, the more compounding the growth goes. The more I focus in on just generating money on every product or service, like the better I become at generating money on products and services, but the less like the less the less of a humanized approach I have. So like if I'm focused on I have to make 10%, 20% on every product or service sold, well now I am limiting myself to now I'm overcharging for some products or services. Who knows if we're over or undercharging, right? But I have to charge for every product or service. Do you sort of get it? Whereas if I'm focused on the consumer experience, the customer might be talking to me and say, I really, really, love these type of grapes, and I haven't tried those type of grapes before, and I'm not sure if, one day I'll get around to trying them and maybe they'll be good. And then I give them a free sample. The likelihood that they purchase increases if they like it. Do you sort of get it? If a consumer, let's say they're short $20 on their order for this week, and they're short on capital, and I front them or allow them to have $20 of product for free, like I ensure repeat buying and things like that. So there's all these different things that happen within our psychology that if I'm just focused on the money, if I'm just focused on generating income, I'm going to miss out on. Because in the generating income model, what I would be saying is I can't give you free products or services. I have to make X amount of money on it. And this is the difference between an entrepreneur and a business owner. An entrepreneur is typically more creative in the sense that they're a creator. They're there to create a product or a service or an experience for a consumer or consumer base, whereas a business owner is there to do sort of like the logical side of business, to sell a product or service at a set price and to stay within those. So it's like a business owner is more analytical in the sense that they're focused in on products and services and sort of just selling products and services. Whereas an entrepreneur is focused in on creating an experience, creating products, creating services, like in the creation aspect of it. So just understand that it's not to say that there's anything wrong with business owners, because like business owners are just a different. So it's sort of like you think about it like a CEO and a COO, or a CVO and a COO. So like one is more creative and one is more focused on operation or operational focused. Do you sort of get it? Both work good, but like a COO, so a chief operational officer that's doing the role of a CEO, is more focused on how things are done and doing the thing. So do. Sell, 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 sell. They're not focused on the vision. They're not focused on the creation. They're not focused on the consumer, so to speak, or the staff. And this is just a generalization. So this is just a like a pretty, you know, vague, not vague, but like a very generalized approach to where, we're just saying all people who think operationally minded don't think about staff, don't think about, consumers and things like that. And that's not true. But for the analogy, we just realize that they're two parts. So our business requires two aspects of it. So, like, an individual has to learn to be like a creator and to be an operator, or they have to find a creator and an operator. Does this make sense? If we're too far in the creator, we don't operate the day to day. Do you sort of get it? We don't promote, we don't market, we don't do this, we don't do that. Do you sort of get it? We don't do the deliverables and delivering on the products or services. Like, does this make sense? So, like, it's very important to understand that there's nothing wrong with people who are like a business owner, someone that's focused in on the analytical side, the numbers side, the business side of business, buying and selling products and services. Do you sort of get it? Like, there's nothing more valuable about an entrepreneur. It just means that they're two sides to the same coin. Business requires a business owner and an entrepreneur, or a business owner mindset and an entrepreneurial mindset. Does this make sense? If we don't have both of those, what happens is we get caught up in either being too focused on creation and creating, and not enough focused on the operational aspect of it, or making a profit, things like that, and all of that. So just realize, like, when we're talking about life and all of that, when we're talking about like money isn't the end goal of business, it's not to say that money isn't necessary in business. It's to say that money isn't the end goal in business, because money is a result of focusing in on the product or the service, focusing in on the product, the customer experience, the consumer experience, like focusing in on, our delivery, how we deliver, you know, what we deliver. Do you know what I mean? Like all these different things. So we just realize that money isn't the primary driver, especially in our matrix of decision making. So when we have a matrix of decision making, like especially in business, like we want it to be product or service, customer. Do you sort of get it? We don't want to care about the customer over the product or the service. The product or the service should always be the most important thing, and then the customer's the next most important thing. So, like, for example, if I sell boats, like, I don't want to be so focused in on the customer that I put out boats that have holes in them and the customer goes to use the boat and they end up fucking drowning at sea. Do you sort of get it? I can't say I know boats if I do that. Do you sort of get it? But, like, for example, if I'm now getting into the sort of area of a business owner and just doing one aspect of the business, and let's say I'm a reseller of boats, right? Like, if I'm only focused on the customer and the customer's experience, and I'm not focused on the sourcing of the product, like, do you sort of get it? So, like, the product's always got to be first and foremost because that's what the customer pays for. While the experience is also what they pay for, it's sort of like if I go to a restaurant to eat and the wait staff and the chefs and all that put on this amazing show, but at the end of the night I actually didn't have anything to eat. Like, the experience was so amazing, but like I didn't get my meal. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, I have to get the meal. So it's sort of like the product or service always has to be like, and when we're saying like a matrix, it's not like product or service, then experience, then this. It's like product or service is at like a 99 of importance. If I'm missing things from the product or the service, no matter how good my experience is, like, the product or the service is going to detract it. No matter how good the product or service is, if the experience isn't good, the experience is going to detract from the product or service. Do you sort of get it? So, like, they're not competing as one or the other. They're competing as one amplifies the other. If I have an amazing product or service, and then I have an amazing consumer experience or user experience or customer experience, like, that amplifies it. Do you sort of get it? Like, and we go down. Price is a result of the matrix. Do you sort of get it? Price is a result of, or money is a result of, or income is a result of the overall action. So my matrix for decision making is always product and service, customer experience, okay, deliverables, like how effectively I deliver and things like that, how consistently I deliver. Like, they didn't buy a sandwich and I mailed it to them next week. They buy a sandwich and I deliver it to them now, today, in the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes, like however it is. Like, I don't go out for dinner and have this amazing experience at dinner, and then next week I go back there to pick up my meal. Like, I kind of got to get the meal in the dinner. Like, do you sort of get it? So, like, it's all of these different areas that we're looking at when making a decision. So, we're making a decision on sort of like my product or service. It's like, how do I, one, create the value of the product or service? Like, what is the product or service? So for this, it's a course, reprogramming your mind course. It's lecture material and information from that course. It's specialized, like specialized practices on reprogramming your mind. So these are the practices that reprogram the mind. Do you sort of get it? Like, these are the two practices, one for reprogramming the mind, one for creating emotional or associational bonds between emotional states and trigger words. Like, using a word to trigger an emotional response, and we understand that an emotional response is an intellectual or a sort of like a mental response. If I feel love and I'm like, I'm in love, intellectual, thought based. Even if it's an emotion, it's still a thought. What that thought does is that thought triggers a biochemical response. That's the sensation of feeling warm inside and feeling love. Do you sort of get it? So just understand, it's very important to understand, what we're producing and doing, but also, you know, like the sessions, what my sessions are the next aspect. So, you know, the course, the sessions, like the more sessions, the recorded sessions, well, they're all recorded, but the course, the sessions, access to me, access to exclusive offers and discounts and things like that. Do you sort of get it? Like, that's what's in the program. Do you sort of get it? So it's like we've got the product. Now we've got the customer in mind. So, like, we're not just putting, for example, we're not just putting this up on a web page and saying, buy my product. Like, we've got videos that explain things, we've got information on it, on the sessions, what they consist of. We've got practices that provide value. So, like, if we were at a restaurant, these are your breadsticks. Well, these two are me bringing out steak and lobster to you and putting it on the table and saying, here's some complimentary steak and lobster while you wait. Do you sort of get it? It's the meat and the potatoes of everything you seek in life. It's just you're paying me to explain it to you in the 10th degree. Do you sort of get it? These are these are still meat and potatoes. Like, if you do these practices exactly how I've stated them, whatever they say, you will feel. So, like, if you do this practice, if you watch this video and run the practice exactly as I've stated it, every day you wake up, you will wake up motivated. Not if, not maybe, you will. Like, it's how it happens. Because it's advanced synaptic pathway development. I don't understand how to say things in a way that other people understand it, because that is, in essence, what is a synaptic pathway. Understand what a synaptic pathway is, understand what development is. So, synaptic pathway development. What does development mean? To develop something, to create something. What is a synaptic pathway? A linking in the brain between one area and another area that creates a channel where signal can go across. Like, it's, if I have to sort of dumb it down anymore, I make you think differently. If you do these practices, you will never think about self doubt again. It will become an impossibility for self doubt to be a thought in your mind. You will never think about fear of rejection. Fear of rejection will never be a thought in your mind. Like, how more basic can I put it? Do you sort of get it? It's one of those things I struggle with, because it's not that people don't understand what I'm saying, they just choose not to. Do you sort of get it? Otherwise, everyone who's been on this website, on this sales funnel, would have done these and would have gotten the results, and they would no longer have self doubt. They would no longer have the fear of rejection. They would wake up every day motivated without the need of any bullshit, without the need of affirmations, rah, rah, rah. They would feel God and their ancestors walking with them in life every day. They would feel abundance within their life every day. They would let go to all fear and just never feel fear again. Like I don't feel fear. Do you know what I mean? But everyone thinks I'm lying because they can't imagine a life where they don't feel fear, where they don't feel like they need to prove themselves to feel abundance, where they don't feel like they need to do something every day to feel motivated. They don't want to believe that God is real and that God walks with them. Because what does that mean about the life they're living where they're not actually putting in the effort to become who they've always dreamed of in this life? Do you get it? People don't want to lose the fear of rejection. They want to be coddled when they feel rejected. People don't want to let go to self-doubt. They want to, they want to doubt themselves and have other people come and make them feel good about themselves. It's okay that you doubt yourself. It's okay that this. It's okay that that. Like, each to their own. If you want to be weak in life, be weak in life. I don't want to. That's why I created this. That's why I created these specialized practices. I got sick of having fear in my life. I got sick of not feeling abundant within myself. I got sick of not feeling God and my ancestors with me. I got sick of not waking up every day motivated because I'm alive. I got sick of feeling the fear of rejection and feeling like people could reject me. I got sick of feeling doubt in life. I didn't want to feel self-doubt anymore. So I changed it. Do you sort of get it? So it's very important that we understand this sort of stuff because, like, in life, you can try and convince people, but it's like there's no point convincing them. Do you sort of get it? So, in what we do, in how we present ourselves in our business, it doesn't matter what potential buyers think they're irrelevant. Does that make sense? Don't structure your products and services towards potential buyers. Like, if I'm selling ice cream and people don't like the taste of the ice cream, yeah, maybe I should change it because what I'm doing with my life is irrelevant. If I'm doing comedy and people don't like my comedy, yeah, I should change my comedy because it's irrelevant. Like, I'm doing nothing with my life. Not to throw shade at anyone who owns an ice cream store or anyone who does comedy, but it's like there are certain things in life that are meaningful and there are certain things in life that aren't meaningful. And they are individually subjective to everyone. So, like, the majority of people don't find meaning in personal development. They don't think it's meaningful. They don't think striving to become the best in life and become the best version and live their dream life, they don't think it's relevant. They don't think it's meaningful. Do you sort of get it? So, like, why the fuck do I give a fuck what they fucking think? Do you sort of get it? So, like, who I'm trying to attract is someone like myself. Do you get it? I'm not trying to attract someone who isn't like me. So, like, if I make ice cream and I think it's the best tasting ice cream in the world and no one else likes it, like, fuck them. I'm going to make the ice cream I want to make because I'm not doing it for them, because I'm not an egotistical fucker. Do you sort of get it? Where I'm so grandiose, I do everything for other people and not for myself. Like, if I open an ice cream shop, I'm selling the ice cream I want to sell. It doesn't matter if other people like it or not. Why? Because I'm not going into business for them, I'm going into business for me. Do you sort of get it? So just realize that it's not about changing who you are to be liked by other people because that's egotistical. That's where I'm only taking an action to get validation or a response from XYZ people. Do you sort of get it? So just understand, like, these programs, I create them for myself because I wanted the experience. I wanted the results that they give. Like, I don't have to prove it to other people, because if other people don't want to see it, like, it's okay that they don't get it. Do you sort of get it? So just realize, like, an important thing to understand is that we're not trying to get social proof with our businesses. Social proof doesn't build trust in a buyer's mind, because social proof is an illusion. If I tell you what a biochemical response is and how beliefs influence your biochemical response, or how beliefs influence your feelings and biochemical responses, there's your social proof. Do you sort of get it? If you need 20 people to validate it to you before you're willing to believe it as being true, that's not social proof. Do you sort of get it? Because I've proven that's what it is. I've demonstrated that's what it is. Do you sort of get it? So if you need to see 20 different testimonials from someone saying, yes, that's what it is. No, mate, that's social validation that you're looking for. Just like all those cool kids at school that needed someone to tell them that they were dressed cool so that they could feel cool, that needed to be a part of the cliques. Like, just realize, like, 99.99% of businesses aren't adults. They're just amateur kids trying to be cool at school. Too cool for school. Do you sort of get it? It's just how it is. It's not social proof. If 20 people jump off a cliff, you're not going to be the 21st, are you? Or are you going to sit there and look and say, oh, no, they all hit the ground and died. I'm not jumping. Like, do you sort of get it? Social proof would be if 20 people jumped off the cliff, you're jumping off after them. Do you sort of get it? Like, that's social proof. 20 people just jumped off that cliff. Why are you going against the proof of society? Do you sort of get it? So just realize, like, in business, this idea that I have to build social proof in what I'm doing is not social proof. Because once I've proved it, then it is proven. And you might say, I need to have hundreds of people validate me for that proof to be real. No, man, I don't lie like you. I'm not full of shit like you. Do you sort of get it? So, like, just realize, like, social proof isn't that. If I say I can breathe underwater and you say, no, you can't, and then I go and I breathe underwater, that's social proof. Do you sort of get it? But if you say, if I say I have a process to breathe underwater and you say, no, you don't, and I go and breathe underwater and you say, I want to see 20 people who have done it and been able to breathe underwater before I'm willing to trust you. Well, that's social validation, not social proof. Do you sort of get it? Because social proof only requires one to prove it for it to be proof. Like, it's not we're talking about like statistical proof where I need a certain percentage of the population to prove that, based off statistical principles or statistical theory, that, you know, let's say we have 100,000 people in a sample size and 28,000 people out of that 100,000 got the result that was desired. That's 28%. Like, it's not like we have to reach 28,000 people before we've reached social proof. One person is social proof because I've proven that it can be done. because I'm a part of society, the social organism. Do you get it? And so just realize that, because it's sort of like, if you look at Amazon, if you look at all these different things, like, people will buy products and services because they got a 5-star reviewer, because someone said it was a good product or a service. Yet businesses pay for 5-star reviews, businesses pay for people to leave comments. Like, you're sort of leading yourself to a trap of being scammed. Because, like, if someone rings you up and says, I'm a prince of Nigeria and I need $5,000 so that I can get my inheritance, and I will give you $50,000, and here's 25 people that have already signed up to give me $5,000, and you go, well, 25 people said they'd give you $5,000? And they said that you're a genuine person. Well, I'm going to give you $5,000. Like, this idea of social proof, this idea of using comments and using like other people's validation, means that I don't have to use my own discernment. If everyone else says it's right, sort of like that whole transgender bullshit, like, if everyone else says it's right that men who get sex changes are now women, like, that's good for you if you want to believe, because other people say that a man who gets a sex change becomes a woman is a woman. That's great. Evidently, me and you have different beliefs on what a woman is. Do you sort of get it? Like, I don't know about you, but I got some pretty strong beliefs on what a woman is. And any man that gets a sex change is still a man in my eyes. Do you sort of get it? But just because everyone's saying that it's acceptable and that this is what it is, like, good for you, I'm going to discern my own decision. Do you sort of get it? So just realize, in business, like, social proof is the exact same thing as that whole transgender thing. Do you sort of get it? And we could go on and we could go deep into it and we could get upset about it because it's just frustrating, like a man being in a woman's bathroom and things like that. Like, it's sort of like, just because the majority says something's right doesn't mean it's right. Do you sort of get it? Like, the majority of people in every country eat at fast food. They are not healthy. Like, the majority of people in the majority of countries are obese by technical standards, or by, you know, the definition of what obesity is. So it's sort of like, if I went based off what the majority said, I would be obese. Do you sort of get it? The majority of people in life are miserable and unhappy with their life. The majority of people in life aren't good people. Not to say that they're bad people, but like, they're not striving to be their best self. They're miserable. They don't take accountability for their actions. You know, they don't take accountability for the responsibility of how they treat other people, how they treat themselves, all of this. So if I went based on what they said, like, I don't have to be a nice person. I don't have to be a kind person. Do you sort of get it? I don't have to take responsibility for my actions. I don't have to take responsibility for my health. I don't have to take responsibility for how I treat other people. Do you sort of get it? So, like, just understand, in business, it's no fucking different. The majority is full of shit. So, when the majority is telling you that you need social proof, and that social proof is how you validate your business or your service, just realize it's because of, like, they're manipulating the system. Do you sort of get it? Like, there's a reason to do that. There's a reason we lead people into believing very specific things, because we have a vested interest in it. Do you sort of get it? So, like, for example, The majority in business copy and imitate others, and they call it hacking the system. They hack the algorithm. Do you sort of get it? They seek to go viral. Like, going viral is not marketing. If you can consistently go viral with everything you do, that's marketing. But marketing is consistently being able to predict how your message is going to be received and where it's going to land. Do you sort of get it? Marketing's not going viral off some stupid thing. Marketing's not copying and imitating other people. Do you sort of get it? Very important to understand this. Because the more we understand this, the more we just start to realize the illusion of people. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create out a couple of sort of quotes, pieces of content, hooks, however you want to see them. And all we're doing is choosing not to say provocative language, but what we want to do is we want to take bite-sized pieces of our process, of what we're sharing, of anything, and we sort of want to do it. So, like, what do I talk about? I talk about personal development and transformation. I talk about professional development and transformation. I talk about team development and transformation. And I talk about business development and transformation. So, I'm going to pick something out of one of those genres and create a sort of like a a quote or a statement, like however you want to see it is however you want to see it. Like a quote, a sentence, a lyric, a poetic poem, like it's all the exact same thing. It's just someone's argued that because the format is slightly different, it means it's this. Like we're just writing words and communicating a thought, communicating a blur. So we're going to go self-belief. Um, so we think about it like this. How do we want it to be interpreted? Do we want it to be descriptive? Do we want it to be philosophical? Do we want to be like something that draws in? So the first one we're going to do is self-belief. So like how do we want self-belief to be positioned? So building unwavering belief in self. And now what we want to do is, so now we want to work on, God damn it. So we're building unwavering belief in self. So now what we want to do is we want to think about like how would I describe what this means if I was to describe what it means? So is it a journey? Is it a process? Is it a realization? Is it a formula? Is it like how am I going to position this idea of building unwavering belief in self? Like how do I want to be able to utilize this piece of content? So do I want it to be something that I use to talk about a process, of how I build, you know. So it could be a process of developing your belief in self so strong that it becomes unshakable, unbreakable. Do you sort of get it? That sounds like a good one. So, so we got it there. A process of building up your belief in self so much. So we could say so much or so much so, but so much that it now becomes so, yeah, so much that it now becomes an unbreakable, unshakable aspect of self. That is self belief. Do you sort of get it? And it's sort of like, how do we want to talk? Do we want to talk like in context of grammar, where I'm trying to talk descriptively or something like that? Or do I want to talk more like musically, like sort of like I'm musing? So a process of building up your building up belief in self. Belief in self, so much so that now it becomes an unbreakable, unshakable aspect of self. Do you sort of get it? And like, if you make one of these a month, like, yeah, it's going to be fucking perfect, mate. But if you make 10 of them a day, 5 of them a day, like, it doesn't really matter if some hit, if some don't. It's kind of irrelevant. Do you sort of get it? It doesn't matter. Like, it's not that important. Everyone's trying to be seen as perfect. And the truth is, if you present yourself as being perfect, when someone meets you, all they see will be your flaws. Do you sort of get it? Like, if you meet me in real life and my nose is itchy, I'm going to pick at it and scratch it. Do you sort of get it? I don't really give a fuck. Like, I'm not going to have an itchy nose because I don't want to offend you by scratching my nose. Do you sort of get it? Like, I'm not going to sit there and go to town on it and just like look you in the eye and hold a conversation with you while I go to town on my nose. But if my nose is itchy, I'm going to scratch it. Do you sort of get it? Some people, like, they do stupid things like that where they refuse to take actions because they're afraid of how they will be perceived. Do you sort of get it? So we don't want to be focused on perfection. It's irrelevant. If I say, sec, if I say something right, if I say something wrong, like, it's irrelevant. You sort of get it? If I just talk more, like it'll make up for any wrong I say. So we had self-belief. So now the next one we want to look at is validation. So how would we want to describe validation? What would we want to where would we want to position the focus of validation on? So we'll go self-validation, validating oneself. So we can talk about it like self-validation and describe what self-validation is, or we can utilize it in a movement. Do you get it? So, like using self-validation to become whole within self. Do you sort of get it? And then basically, if we're using self validation to become whole within self, how would that be? Would that be a journey? Would that be a process? Would that be uh, a rite of passage? Would that be like, how would we want to position like that to be? So, like, I would say if I want someone to be thinking in terms of active, so utilizing self validation to become whole within yourself would be a process or a practice. Right. So using self validation, using self validation to become whole within yourself, a practice of choosing to value who you are, how you see yourself over the opinions others hold about you. So would we say over or above? So above the opinions others hold of you or over the opinions? Perfect. So using self-validation to become whole within self, a practice of choosing to value. Choosing to value who you are and who you are and how you see yourself above, above others' opinions they hold of you. Above the, above the opinions others hold of you. So do you sort of see how we can just change the positioning of it to sort of get it right, or as right as we want it to be? Oh, itchy. Yeah. So, like, how you position the language and how you do it, like a practice of choosing to value who you are and how you see yourself above the opinions others hold of you. So, like, yeah, that's good. So, like, there's a thousand different ways. Do you know what I mean? Using self validation to become whole within self. A journey of discovering who you are and how you see yourself, and how, like, who you are, how you see yourself, and how that affects who you become in this world, whatever it may be. So, you can change it for anything that you want it to be. And what we're thinking about when we're doing this is we're thinking about how am I going to deploy and utilize this? Do you sort of get it? So, like, how would this quote, how would I be able to use it? What would I be able to use it for? How would I be able to position this in the context of explain it in a different way? Because there's a thousand different ways to explain it. But then also, how would I be able to use it in conjunction with something I'm saying? So maybe I'm talking about becoming whole in life. Maybe I'm talking about self validation. Maybe I'm talking about letting go to others' opinions they hold of you. Do you sort of get it? Maybe I want to talk about, like, choosing yourself and how, like, who you are, or choosing to value who you are and choosing how you see yourself. Do you sort of get it? So, like, there's all areas and sort of sub branches that I can use to create hooks and offers based on that for the programs. So we've done self-belief, we've done self-validation. We want something on mastery for sales, or we want something on sales. So Mastering the marathon, not just the race. Running marathon. So, like, what we're talking about here is life and business is a marathon, not just a race. So, we could say running, we could say mastering, we could say preparing. But we're going to stick with running. Okay. So, running the marathon. So, we go A. Running a marathon, not just a race. A realization that life and business is not just a race, it's a marathon. And those who prepare for a race rarely finish the marathon. Business. Yeah. So you sort of see how we can do anything in terms of whatever we want to put on there, we can create and sort of put on there to create. Now, I have a quote about running a marathon, not just a race. I can talk about life being a marathon, personal development being a marathon, becoming your dream self being a marathon, like sales being a marathon, business being a marathon, like achieving your goals in business being a marathon, like everything. So it's like how can I create content that is versatile that I can utilize to then go through and use it for many different things. Do you sort of get it? Because it's a statement, it's a quote, it's however it wants to be. Do you sort of get it? Mm. So now we want one on now we want one on business. The woodcutter or the axe? Oh, yeah, that does not. All right, so we've all heard the adjective or the adage, however the fuck you want to say it, of the woodcutter and the axe. Do you sort of get it? If I'm the axe, trying to sharpen myself is an impossibility. If I'm the woodcutter and I need to sharpen the axe, it's a simple process. Do you sort of get it? So it's very important to understand this because it's this simple to create it. And then what can this metaphor be used for? Do you sort of get it? What can we use it to create in this life? All right. Well, that's going to finish off today's session, and I'll see you on tomorrow's session. Thanks so much. Bye.